Welcome to this week's Tech Tip with eLearning. Now, as our lives continue to be relatively complex and stressful, and especially as we approach midterms, we want to share this week 3 easy ways to reduce cognitive load or bandwidth. Rhonda?
Thank you, Dan. There are 2 main channels of receiving information to the brain. One is oral and one is visual. And you want to use them both. You want to be able to deliver content using both channels, but you don't want to overload either channel. So for example, you have your PowerPoint that's crammed with text, and then you're reading that PowerPoint to students, that both of them end up being verbal, and using that verbal channel, it's like listening to 2 radio stations at the same time. So remember that you don't want to overload either channel. You keep it as simple as possible and you utilize both channels. Tracy, you had a great idea as well.
Yeah, thank you, Rhonda. And I really liked hearing that nice description of the difference in the 2 channels that we're taking in. So another simple way to help students feel a little bit more structure and sense of place with your class and help them to reduce that, the cognitive bandwidth spent on other stuff, focusing on you, is through your Zoom background or your Teams background. One thing that we have learned through this is that if the background is way too busy, students can get very distracted looking at all the different things in your background. Or if you change your background each week because maybe you're not always in the same place, or sometimes it can be fun. For a lot of students, that can be a distraction. So what works better is to have them, when you're coming into the Zoom classroom, have that same consistent background, whether it is your living room, your kitchen, a virtual background created like Rhonda created these for us. Just keep it consistent, clean and neat, and play around at specified times. But that way your students know they're coming to your classroom for class to learn. Dan, I think you had some other ways just when they're coming to class to simplify that cognitive load.
That's right. And this method involves your Canvas course design. Now, you probably know by default, when you get a new Canvas course, the left side navigation menu is long, messy, and alphabetical, unhelpful in 3 ways. So to get that to a more useful state, we recommend you consider what your students are going to be needing and limit your menu to just those things. They're learning the navigation scheme for your course and all their others. So the easier we can make this for them, the happier everyone's going to be. Most things, I would bet you can hide right away, remove them from your menu because no one will ever use them. Otherwise, consider the pathway your students need to take to get there. If your modules page is also your home page, then you can hide the modules link. That's redundant. They don't need that. If your assignments are linked on your home page, you don't need the assignments page. You can hide that as well. So just by putting a little thought into it, you can really simplify, streamline, and make your courses look much cleaner. To do this, it's very simple. Go to the settings link on your menu, click the navigation tab, and click and drag those menu options up and down to make that menu what you need it to be. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.